The last chorus for Your Ears Only. I'm David Alpern.
I'm Melissa Exelberth with a quote from the news. I never liked the looks of life that was programmed for me. Ordinary, hillbilly, and poor. That was Helen Gurley Brown, who shocked the 1960s with her book Sex and the Single Girl, then went on to become the longtime editor of Cosmopolitan magazine, heavy on sex tips, love tactics, and makeover magic, while a new feminism was urging a more work and independence-oriented agenda. Brown died last week at 90. Now this.
Putting things away, washing up the peas, laying down the lawn, what's supposed to thaw and what's supposed to freeze, stocking up on tuna helper for that rainy day. Here I gotta state that what I really hate is putting things away.
Putting Things Away, a homemaker's lament written by Amanda McBroom, is one of the more and less well-known songs that former Broadway star Raissa Katona Bennett calls the soundtrack of my life so far. 3 were written expressly for her. They appear in her new CD, Another Kind of Light, and in a run of live performances this week at Feinstein's Cabaret at the Loews Regency Hotel in New York. And to talk about the songs, the writers, and her life so far for Your Ears Only, Raissa Katona Bennett is on the line now. Welcome to our show.
Thank you so much, Melissa.
Let's start with the start of your life so far. Where were you born and how did you get into singing?
Well, I was born in Norwalk, Connecticut, and my mother said that I came out of the womb singing. So I got better as I got older, I think. But I've been singing since I can remember. I've been singing. I used to walk outside my door. We lived in a log house in Connecticut, and I used to walk out singing at the top of my lungs to the trees and to the nature. But I would say I officially and formally began formal lessons just before I was accepted to Hart College of Music in West Hartford, Connecticut. So that would be the official start, I guess.
How did you come to be cast as Christine, the haunted star in Phantom of the Opera?
You know, I had done the first national tour of Cats. I was the opera cat, Griddlebone, and Jelly Lorm, the tap cat. And they had me kind of pegged as a funny diva. And so at the time that we were finishing up our run, Les Miserables was being cast. And I wanted to go up and be seen for Cosette. And they're like, no, you're not right, you're not right, you're not right for it. Because they had kind of pegged me as just a funny diva cat. So I went to an open call of it, and I just acted kind of shy and retiring. I didn't dress like Cosette, but I was just very much the character. And then suddenly I was right for Cosette. I got down to the very end for that. I didn't get it, but then they started calling me in for Christine. So it was the same thing. They said, you're not right for it. And so I didn't work on it. And then after they saw me audition for Cosette, they were like, oh, she's right for that. And then the rest is history.
But this CD and the show at Feinstein is not a And Then I Sang collection of famous numbers from your past stage role. What was the guiding principle in your selection, including Cole Porter's Standard, I Concentrate on You, and Ordinary Miracles by Alan and Marilyn Bergman?
It's great that you pick those two because they bookend exactly what I was trying to do on this CD. I love the Great American Songbook. Who doesn't? But it didn't end in 1950. We have such amazing writers right now that are writing for the theater, writing theater songs, cabaret, pop songs. And I started learning a lot of them when I was in Craig Carnelia's acting class. And I thought, there's no place to do these songs. So that was when I started doing cabaret and concert work, and I was really driven to interpret what I would consider the New American Songbook along with some of the Great American Songbook, or the older American Songbook, on my CD. And that was really the thought I had in mind. And they spoke to me. These songs really resonated with me. And when I started singing them for people, especially that were not in our business, they resonated with them.
Talk about the 3 songs written especially for you.
I was actually having coffee with Michael John LaCusa and telling him about a revelation I had one night. I was at a nightclub watching a young ingenue singing a song, and I was looking at her, and I was going, wow, that's me. And then there was a mirror. There happened to be a mirror behind her, and I caught a look of myself, and I went, oh, my God, no, that's not me anymore. That's me. And it was such a blinding moment of revelation. And I went, it was a bittersweet moment because I also looked at it and thought, well, I'm really pleased with where I've gotten to in my life. And I was telling him all about that, and he says, I'm going to write a song about that. And he wrote Bye Bye Ingenue for me. And while he was in the middle of writing that, I went to my computer one morning, and there was a song from him saying, you know what, I woke up literally in the middle of the night compelled to write this, and I dedicate it to you, I give it to you. And he called it Torch Song for Raissa. So that was those two. I Carry Your Heart is the other one that was written especially for me by my musical director and arranger, David Caldwell. It's based on the E.E. Cummings poem. He wrote it for me to sing to his wife at his wedding 3 or 4 years ago now. And he crafted it right on my voice. And it's like kind of a bossa nova just with the guitar. It's absolutely beautiful.
Music is your life and your living, but as far as the week at Feinstein's, you're in it not only for the green, but for the greens. Talk about your work with Concerts for City Greens, to which Feinstein's will donate part of its profit. What's the mission?
Well, thank you for asking about that, because it is very, very near and dear to my heart. I'm passionate about it. And I must say Feinstein's has been tremendously supportive of our series. It's the mission of the Concerts for City Greens is to bring live music to a new and diverse audience, so that we reach outside to keep the great American songbook, to keep the new American songbook and cabaret thriving. You know, to bring it back to the art form that it used to be, you have to reach new audiences. And so in this neighborhood that I live in, which is Tudor City, my old building alone had over 800 apartments in it. People that come to the concerts that are free and outdoors, some of them can really afford to be going to see theater and cabaret, and others can't. And they have the opportunity to sit together and experience these amazing artists who, by the way, all do it absolutely free.
Raissa Katona Bennett's new show is Another Kind of Light at Feinstein's Cabaret in Manhattan's Loews Regency Hotel, August 21st through the 25th, and on LML CD 267.
You go dancing through the night, but in the morning light, you're putting dreams away.
And this has been For Your Ears Only.